guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Now today, I want to do something a little different. Now obviously, I started on YouTube, doing videos because I watch a lot of YouTube for entertainment. And to this day, I don't really watch too much TV. My main source of off time is YouTube, my main source of entertainment in my off time. And I watch a varying selection of YouTubers, from travel channels to cars to watches, of course. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about my favorite YouTubers to watch in my off time. And hopefully you guys will find some really cool channels. These are not endorsed by any of these YouTubers. No one knows I'm making this video. But, maybe you'll get to know me a little bit better. You'll get to know what I like, and maybe you can suggest some channels in the not description, but the comment section below, and let me know who you guys watch. But of course, before we get started, wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Torno Triple Date Moon Phase made by Walden International. Fantastic watch. It was feeling a little lonely in my watch box, and this is one of my forever keepers, I think. So time to bust it out of the watch box today and enjoy it. And also, if there was ever a time to go check out my website, delraywatch.com, link in the description below, it would be today. I just put up a ton of crazy stuff. An excellent deal on a Vacheron Constantin Overseas. We got a Beauvais Sportster Chrono, which is a really weird bullhead chronograph. What else do we have? An IWC Portuguese, a very affordable Oris Artelier, a Blue Dial Pelagos, a ton of new stuff. All that and more at delraywatch.com, link in the description below. And of course, guys, thank you so much for all the support. I could not be living my dream without you. I owe you guys everything. But anyway, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the YouTubers I really enjoy. All the links to their channels are in the description below as well. And I'm going to leave watches for last. But if you guys didn't know, I'm a pretty big car guy. I love cars, particularly, vintage European, roadsters, and not so much of a muscle car guy, but I am getting more into that. And I watch a lot of car YouTube, just as much as, or actually a lot more than I watch YouTube. And there's two channels in particular that I really enjoy, and of course, honorable mention to Doug DeMuro. He's just hilarious. But the first one is a channel by the name of Hoovies Garage. Now, yeah, I gave him a little bit of crap for his endorsements of MVMT and Vincero, but that does not mean his content isn't fantastic, because it really is. He's just a funny dude who basically buys what he calls hoopdies, cheaper cars, like the cheapest 911 in America or the cheapest Tesla in America, and he vlogs his experience of fixing them up, how much it costs him, how much money he loses or makes on the flip, and it's just really interesting. If you guys are into, older cars, not necessarily vintage, but 1990s, 1980s predominantly, fantastic cars for an affordable budget, Hoovies Garage is a lot of fun. Highly suggest you guys watch that. And then another channel I adore is Superspeedersrob. This is a little less professionally shot, which, doesn't mean much, because basically the production value in Federico Talks Watches is close to zero. But it's run by a guy named Rob Ferretti, who I think has a business renting exotic cars, and YouTube is kind of his side thing. Now, his videos are a little less topical, a little bit more scattered, but he himself is just such a funny guy. Native New Yorker, New York accent, he loves exotics, he owns a few of them, and most of his content is based on, his Ferrari 488, his Ferrari 360, Porsche 911 GT3, stuff like that. But I think it's him that makes the channel. Rob is just a hilarious dude, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And he gives some very practical advice. In fact, a lot of topics he talks about in the car world, I always think, that would be a great topic in the watch world for Federico Talks Watches. He focuses a lot on the business side as well. And for that, I think you guys need to go watch Superspeedersrob. As I said, link in the description below. Rob is a fantastic dude. And actually, he recovered his stolen Panerai. So, Rob, I know you probably don't watch this. You have no idea who I am, but nice job with that. Another one of my hobbies is kind of like technology and computing. Not so much like newfangled gaming, but nostalgic stuff like DOS computing and, dead format, like storage formats. I don't really collect any of this stuff or, really participate in the hobby too much, but I love watching the channels. And my two favorite channels on this is LGR, also known as Lazy Game Reviews, who does a lot of old technology reviews based usually in the DOS era. A lot of old DOS games, old hardware, old sound cards, video cards. And I just find this stuff fascinating. Even though most of it goes right over my bald head, I don't know, the content is just so interesting. I'm a big history buff as well. I watch a lot of documentaries, and that's kind of what this is. It's old school, kind of documentaries on old school software and hardware that I find fascinating. And Clint, who runs Lazy Game Reviews, is very thorough, very, very funny dude, very well-produced content, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And then another great channel, kind of in this tech scope, is a channel called Moan. I don't know the gentleman's name, British guy, who talks about a lot of like dead storage mediums, like laser disc and mini disc and records, vinyl. He does a lot of audio reviews. Honestly, I don't know why I like watching him so much, because I don't own any of those things. I don't even find it all that interesting. It's very well produced. It's soothing content. I really enjoy it, so you guys should go check that out as well. As far as travel channels, there's two channels I watch which I really, really enjoy. And they're kind of partner channels. It's SerpentZA and Lauy86. Two vloggers, one from South Africa, a white South African guy, and one from rural New York or upstate New York, that both live in China. That kind of they do videos about the juxtaposition about living in China as a Westerner compared to the U.S. And they're also, they're young guys, they're adventurous, they're very, very humorous as well. I love traveling. China, I've been to Hong Kong, but China's one of the few places I have not been to in Asia. And I don't know, man, it brings me back. Watching one of their videos is like a mini vacation. Not to mention the cultural differences are very interesting as well. So that's SerpentZA and Lauy86. You guys should definitely watch them as well. Now, as far as watch YouTubers, I gotta be honest with you. I used to watch pretty much all of them, but now I don't have that much free time. I do a lot of my own videos as well, obviously. So I only kind of watch 3 channels semi-regularly. The first one is my good friend Christian over at Theo and Harris. I watch it because he makes a lot of controversial content. We don't agree on a lot of stuff. And I think, his points of view are super interesting. Not to mention he's my friend, so I like to show my support. But also another channel you guys should definitely watch, and he takes a different angle. His content is just so hilarious. It's mainly entertainment more than educational, and that's The Time Teller. I actually stream with him every week on Thursday. This week we're on his channel. He just does a lot of really funny stuff. He does a lot of skits. He also doesn't really hold back about his true opinions, and that's something which I find, very, very kind of honorable. He's a newer channel. He's very knowledgeable about watches, but once again, he focuses more on entertaining. And then the third one, which I think is probably the best watch channel on YouTube, in my opinion, by far, is Watchfinder. They are also a dealer, just like me, based in the UK. I don't know the gentleman's name who does the video, but the production quality is fantastic. The information is fantastic. The camera work is fantastic. My only issue with Watchfinder is they don't put out enough content. And I think they're just technical enough to where I also learn quite a few new things in their videos as well. So if you guys want some A+ watch content, completely unaffiliated with me, go check out Watchfinder. But anyway, guys, those are the YouTube channels I watch. Just wanted to give a little shout out to the creators that I enjoy watching in my personal life and that maybe you guys would enjoy as well. I'd love to know who you watch. Leave a comment in the comment section below saying who your favorite YouTubers are. Anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around for another different little episode of Federico Talks Watches, but we'll be back to watches soon enough. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.